Well, fuckity fuck fuck. What a day I've had today. Oh yes. And the weather is bright and shiny. It's just absolutely awesome. It's been blowing a gale and pissing it down of rain all day. Oh yeah. I'm not kidding you, this weather has been like this all day. Yes, it may have slowed down a wee touch and then it speeds back up again, but this rain has been constant since I got up this morning, right, which was, what time did I get up this morning? 4 o'clock I think it was, 4 o'clock, yeah. Gets to my car at around about 4:45 and it wouldn't start. So that was my first day issue. Flat battery. Fuck. It ain't that old either, the freaking thing's fairly new, so it's died already. So what I had to do was oh, what's going on here now? Come on people, make a move. He's obviously going in that freaking junction there, so get round. Stupid, freaking stupid. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, anyway, so there I am this morning, trying to figure out what I can do with it. So 5 o'clock rolls around, I spent 15 minutes wondering what the fuck to do. And so I'll go and grab my spare battery, which say spare, it's the old one, and I'll check to see what kind of charge was in it. And it's only got 10 volts in it, but I don't know what the amperage was going to be like. But I just checked the volts. It got 10. I thought, well, that plus what might be left in the battery now might work. So no, didn't do it. So I thought, fuck. Well, I can't call now, but it's too bloody early, and I can't go on my bike because it's too bloody early. And plus, it's fucking blowing a gale. And it's pissing it down the rain. Anyway, so I thought, stuff it. That's it. Game over. So I went and got me tools. Took the battery out, brought it in the house and stuck it on fast charge. By this time it was about 5:15, so I stuck it on charge and I sat there. I told the guys at work that I wouldn't be in because my battery's flat, and then our lad from the office phones and says, "Where are you?" And I says, "I'm at home." I says, I thought you was in the yard with a flat battery. I said, I have got a flat battery, but it's my car battery's flat. He went, oh, right. Oh, okay then. And I said, well, I'm just about to take it off charge now and go and stick it in the car and try it. So, phone down, grabs the battery, up to the car, shoves it in, plugs it in, turns the car on, woof, up it went. Wonderful, brilliant. Left it running, went down, got my bag, shut the door, blah, blah, blah. And off for Tootles and into work. Brilliant. Everything's fucking honky-dory. Except for the fact that this weather's been an absolute pile of shite. Gets to my first delivery and it's pissing it down the rain, freezing cold, my gloves are soaking wet, my fingers are like a fucking sausage ice blocks, I tell you, it's just untrue. So I spent the next hour and I'd done that with them on the dashboard drying. So once they was dry, I got to my next destination, they got wet through again. So I had to dry them out again, and so on and so forth for the day. But it's been like this. I mean, it's calmed down again now, as you can see, but earlier on it was blowing a gale and the wind and the rain was coming down in torrents. I was hoping to catch a bit for you, but oh well, because it's only a little short one from Lichfield, Fradley Park to the yard, and while we've still got a bit of light left, which the fat lot is. I just wanted to just try and demonstrate the type of visuals that we have when weather is rather crap. I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to perform for us now, is it? It's all calmed down again, look you. Never mind. Not to worry. At least it's something for you though, isn't it? Because I hadn't done a little video. I hadn't done one this morning. I never got round to it. I was just fucking on, bang, done, off we go. I didn't have a chance to have a little chat with you. But never mind, eh? You can have this one instead. You can enjoy the little driver's eye view again. Yes, and I've recoined it as a DEV, right? It's not a POV, it's a DEV, right? Driver's eye view. Dude, you're fucking right up my arse. Don't slow down, go for it, dude. Fucking hate that. It's give way to the fucking right, not left. I'm aware of what's around me. Ugh. Causing a freaking hazard. You've got passengers in the fucking back of your bus. Numpty. And breathe. Ah well, like I say, this is what it's been like. It hasn't stopped. It's been an absolute fucking nightmare. And cold. I mean, it's... But I suppose, realistically, if it was just cold, it wouldn't be so bad. But with this rain and wind on top of it as well, oh, you just don't get dry. You're constantly damp. You know, like a damp patch. It's just no good for anybody. Causes rashes and all sorts of shite. Let's move over for a teachy bit. Just a little teachy bit. I'll move back again in a minute, don't worry. I mean, look at the state of the sky. It's just one mass of a cloud. It's it's just one big fuck off cloud that's sitting over the Midlands. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it's sitting over the whole frigging country the way it's performing. It's frigging nuts, it is. Absolute nuts! It's just nuts is what it is. It's no fun whatsoever. No. This is definitely not the glory side of driving. It's the wank side of driving. And I might as well stay here now because that junction for one, and this lane becomes the lane that I want anyway. So there's no point to move over, to move back again, to move over, to move back again. So fuck it. I'm stopping where he is. And besides, Mr. Wincampton will be, oh no, is it Maritime? Sorry, Mr. Maritime will be quite happy for me sitting here while he pulls out. Yes. That's okay, dude. I ain't going anywhere. I'm stopping here. Look at it. Freaking... Just look at that ugly, nasty, crappy, shitty, wanky, rubbishy. It's just no good. It's no good to anybody. Well, I don't care, because tomorrow is my last day and then I'm off all week. Yay! Oh, can't wait. Well, I say I can't wait. I'm a bit nervous about Wednesday, because I've got to go and have my throat looked at. I'm a bit nervous about that, especially with because if they've got to go up my nose, right, and they'll see all the scarring of my snot box for the, well, practically 46 years of sticking my finger up it, like, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, there's going to be some serious damage up there. Hey, look, at the end of the day, right, if I've got any kind of voice, that would probably be one of the worst ones I've got. Habits, and he's picking me snotter. I'm not ashamed of it. At the end of the day, I've been doing it for such a long time now. Fuck it. It irritates the piss out of me, bro. It's like being a freaking crack addict. I can't stop. I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. Right? I know it's a bit of a fucking... there's a big gap between a crack addict picking his snotter, but it's a reference at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So don't shoot the messengers. Just laugh at it and and have done. Right? I'm putting myself out there. I know. So don't worry about it. We all have our little issues. I mean, you know, whatever. Some people think the world's flat, for fuck's sake. I mean, let's leave them alone. You know, they just need to be avoided with a, you know, a great distance. Because I messaged I was watching this one video about the flat Earth theory, and I just don't get where they get this concept from. It just makes no sense to me whatsoever. But, like I've said before, when it comes to things like that, people have their own opinions, and that's the end of it. I mean, hats off to them. Carry on. If that's what you believe, then you're quite welcome to it. But trying to convince others that it's that is the truth, then no. If you believe it, then so be it. But don't try and convince everybody else that it is the truth, when most people out there have got a bit of a brain in their head and realise that, oh well, you do think that, nah, that's just not going to happen. Well, let's just think of it like this. If the world was flat, right, because I was thinking about it earlier, right, if the world was flat, right, how would gravity work? I mean, you've got to answer that question. How does gravity work? Because gravity works by a massive body that spins, right? It has to rotate. The sun rotates, right? It's fucking huge. That creates gravity. Our planet spins, and that creates gravity. It ain't, a massive amount of gravity, because at the end of the day we can jump up in the air and then land back down again. But it's enough to keep us down on the floor without squishing us, if you know what I mean. But if it's not spinning, how is gravity created? How does it work? And another thing as well, if it was spinning, then why haven't we been flung off the edge of this flat, suppose it's a flat Earth? I mean, we would be flung off because centrifugal forces demand it. I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, plus as well, where would the water? I mean, is it got like some sort of big brim around the edge of this so-called flat Earth that holds all the water in as well? Is that what happens, or is it double-sided? So when it reaches the end, it drops down the edge, and then comes back underneath again. Well, again, in that case, where's the gravity come from? It's not spinning, and if it was spinning, we'd all be flung off. So I mean, come on, think about it, people. But that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Whether you believe that or not, it's up to you. I mean, but yeah. Plus as well, you can go onto YouTube and also watch the ISS space station orbiting the planet. And when I had somebody message me saying, it's funny how you have the space station as a reference to the fact that it's a ball Earth, not a flat Earth. I'm thinking, well, you've only got to look at the contour of the landscape, the horizon. It bends around. If it was flat, it'd be completely flat. And it doesn't matter if you're using a wide-angle lens; it'd still be flat. It wouldn't be fucking bent round, down, and in an arc. It wouldn't do it. It'd be impossible. And then he says, "Why do they cut the footage? Why is it always?" No, it's not cut. And I'm thinking, I was going to message back, and I think, you know what? I'm not even going to waste my breath, because it's just pointless fucking talking to people like that. Why do they cut the footage? They don't cut the footage. The footage is playing constantly. Then they will repeat that same footage when they start to go around the dark side of the planet. Because the dark side of the planet, it can be interesting to a point, but if it's got a massive amount of cloud coverage over it, it'll be a little bit dull and dark. If it's got no cloud cover over the top of it, then you'll be able to see all the lights down on the different continents and the land masses. Now that'd be interesting, but so what? It only takes an hour and a half to do a complete orbit anyway, so well, whatever. But there's another key word as well: orbit. If we're all orbiting around the sun, and the moon orbits around us, and we have day and night, then it's got to be round, hasn't it? It's got to be a sphere, not a fucking flat thing, because then that wouldn't work either. Because I mean, would we then literally go up in the air, or if we're flat, level in the same orientation as the galaxy, as representing to our sun, it'd be perpetually daylight all the while. It would not be dark. It'd be all, because we'd be going around with the landmass facing upwards. So again, that's I see, these are the things that go through my mind when people come up with those kind of silly concepts. But again, I mean, end of the day, that's their opinion, and that they're happy to keep it. But don't try and push your thoughts and your ideas to make people believe your kind of rubbish. That's what I say. I mean, but you are entitled to your theories and thoughts, but don't try and push it onto others and make them think that, well, I've been taught wrong all my life, because it's not. No. So yeah, it would be. But then again, I mean, if you think about it, right? If it was a flat Earth, I mean, I'd be all for it, to be fair, because in that concept, it would be perpetual daylight, and we'd never have any rain or anything. It'd be sunny all the time, and we'd be summer all round. I'd fucking love that. It'd be brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Wow, summertime all. I mean, well, I suppose after a while though, it would get a bit annoying having nothing but daylight. Because you haven't really given us any kind of aspect of which position this so-called flat Earth is supposed to be, how it interacts with the sun, or are you going to tell me now that the fucking sun goes around the flat Earth? Because if you're going to tell me that shit, fucking hell, eh? Absolute, what the, I mean, that can't be, there's no way they're going to turn and say, well, the flat Earth goes, no, the sun goes round the flat, fuck off, don't talk wet. Fucking stupid flat Earth, my arse, good grief. I don't claim to be any kind of intelligent, super duper genius or anything like that. I just use a bit of common sense really at the end of the day. And common sense dictates that the planet is a sort of a sphere from a distance, if you like, but it is a big lumpy rock, if you, in all fairness, but hey, it does spin, the spherical thing on its axis, and or axis, whatever you call it, it does spin, and we go around the sun, and the Earth spins around, and the moon goes around us. I mean, so yeah, at the end of the day, where is the conflict there? How can you turn around and say the Earth is flat? Yeah, well, I've just fucking pissed all out that fucking concept, haven't I? Getting a little excited, wasn't there, Mr. Truckee? What's up with you? That was an alert because I'd got too close to that car. That's all that was. Didn't like it. I'm like, well, it's fine, it's all right, don't panic. So, yeah, I was literally, well, it just, yeah, I'm lost for words when it comes to things like that. Flat Earth. Okay, fair enough. But, you know, my idea that the Earth is a sphere, and the fact that there's plenty of evidence to state that it is just out there for anybody to see. But I'm not going to try and convince you it's round. Just go and fucking search for yourself. If you want to go down the path and try and I don't know, bring some proof to the flat Earth theory, you go off and do that as well. Then go and see what kind of information you can find. But remember, the information you're going to find are going to come from quirky people, not actual scientists. They might proclaim they are, because I always like when they come up with this stupid shit, right? They have to highlight what kind of intelligence they've got, what degrees they are, where they come from, what they study. I'm like, what relevance is that? What does that make? What does that? It just doesn't matter. So what? You was in a classroom and got taught a lot of shit. So what? It obviously didn't fucking do any good for you, because you're talking loud of bollocks as it is now. So at the end of the day, it's entirely up to you though. You can go ahead and do it all you like. It's a good giggle for me, and pretty much most other people as well. Alright, but hey, don't insult me by telling me that I've got something to learn, because I don't believe the fact that the Earth is flat like the rest of the fucking world doesn't believe it either. I say, you're entitled to your opinion and your thoughts, but don't try and convince somebody else that it is, when we all know full well it fucking isn't. It's only the same concept of people with religion, right? If they believe in it, right, they're quite entitled to believe in it, but they've got no right to force it onto other people. So there you have it. Flat fucking Earth, yay! Oh, let me guess, there's a fucking turtle as well underneath the fucking riding around stars. That's it, where it is. Ah, fucking brilliant, man. Absolutely. Terry Hatchett, fucking awesome bloke. I've got a funny feeling now that guy's been watching that film called what was it called now? Fuck, what was it? Where the guy, it was like these aliens was experimenting on humans, but the whole area was just one big city that was able to be morphed. So, Dark City, that's the one, that was it called, wasn't it? Where they could morph all the different stuff and change sceneries and what have you, and then remove memories out of people and swap them around and give them different things, like, you know, different identities and what have you. And it always seemed to happen at 12 o'clock midnight, and they never really seemed to have daylight. And I'm like, you know, maybe that's what they've been watching that too much, I think. That's probably what it is. Oh well, hey, never mind. I suppose you could also get in the concept that this flat Earth could be one big machine, if you like, a big spaceship, if you like, and there's some sort of power cell that creates creates gravity, if you like. We could always go down that path to try and put some sort of logic into their thinking, but nah. But hey, there you have it. I just found it quite funny, and yeah, I had to say something. But whether or not, you know, people out there really want to go down that path, that's fine. I'm quite happy for them to do so. Just carry on, enjoy. I love to have something to make me laugh. Honestly, it does. It makes me smile. All sorts of things like that do make me smile. I mean, it's the same with the conspiracy stuff. That makes me smile too. I was thinking this morning, there's that guy, Max Spear, is it? I mean, if anybody knows about this guy, this conspiracy guy, right? Now, I clicked on it because I'm thinking, conspiracy theorist. Right, yeah, let's see what he's got to say. See if it was anything any good. And as I'm watching, and I'm also flicking through all the comments down the bottom, and all the comments mentioned one aspect, was like a bit of a trend, if you like. The fact that he fumbled and mumbled through all the stuff he was talking and kept backtracking and correcting and changing, and I'm thinking, and you're standing in front of a bunch of people giving this talk about conspiracy, and he mentioned something to do with astral attack, and I'm like, what the I mean, I love it, I do, because I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck is this guy on about? Now, please don't take offence if you believe in this lot and what have you, because at the end of the day, don't forget, it's only my opinion, okay? It's only how I think and what you can believe it to your heart's content, okay? You carry on. I'm just stating the fact that he just seemed to go on and back and this and stumbling that, and he couldn't get his words out right, and he didn't know what he was talking about half the time, and he's fluffed, and I'm like, you know, I've had enough of this. He's doing my head in. And up to the point when he was on about the fact that he'd been targeted before birth, I'm like, how the fuck would you know? And he mentioned something about trauma to the mother, which can directly affect the child. I suppose it can do if the mother's been whacked in the stomach, yeah, without a doubt. But if the mother's had some sort of, you know, injury, like broke a bone or something, that ain't really going to affect the baby at all. I mean, don't forget, a mother has died before giving birth, and they've managed to keep the body alive, or keep the body alive, should I say, and use the mother as an incubator until it's time to, you know, well, birth the child, I suppose, if that's what you would call it. I wouldn't say give birth, because she isn't giving birth now, but the child will be born. So, you know, to say that the trauma would affect the child, I don't know, that just... But again, like I say, that's entirely up to that, if he wants to see it that way. But when he mentioned astral attack, isn't that some sort of supernatural kind of thing? That to me is otherworldly stuff, isn't it, really? It's not really this plane of existence. I mean, supernatural, to be honest with you, well, I'd like to believe in the idea that there is supernatural and people can do magic and there's vampires and werewolves and shit like that. Yeah, I'd love that idea. But would you want to live in a society with all that shit going about? I don't think, not as a normal, you wouldn't, would you? Because if you're a normal and you're living in a society where there's either vampires and werewolves, you wouldn't last very long. Unless you was a wizard and you could do magic and shit, then you'd be okay. But, you know, no, I think the reason behind the way I see things is because I'd like to look with my own eyes and then take a step back and then think about it. And I go round all the possibility and all the possible outcomes that my mind can find, if you like, that could come to whichever conclusion. But it never comes to the kind of conclusions these guys come out with. Well, I don't know. But you know, conspiracy theories are all, and here's another thing. I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I was only thinking, I didn't actually look this up. I was going to look it up this morning, but I never got round to it. But the word conspiracy, right? To me, it's like you get either one person, but I imagine it being a group of people who conspire to do something, I suppose, bad, if you like. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be bad, but we're going to go down that route anyway. Something bad, right? They conspire to do something bad. Now, theory, right, is somebody or a group of people sitting there thinking shit up, right? It's a theory. It's only something in the mind. It's something thought of. So when you put those two words together, conspiracy and then theory, that means you've got a bunch of people who conspire together with a theory to do something, not actually doing it, just a theory of doing it. So it's not an action that's actually taken place. It's only a theory of an action that might take place or could take place, or, well, you know, it never ends up taking place in the first place. And that's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? But I'm sure there's some logic in there somewhere. But that's how I look at it. So it's a wonderful pair of words put into a phrase, conspiracy theory, because it's sort of like it's like a camouflaged kind of wording, if you like. It sounds like something has happened already, but it's not. It's the theory of something that could have happened or may have happened, not actually happened. That would be just the conspiracy, I think. So, like I say, I was going to research that this morning because it was on my head and I was like wheezing it around, but I thought, shit to it, fuck it, share it with you lot. And you can do with it as you please, right? That's entirely up to you. Remember, I'm not going to try and convince you anything, right? I will never ever try and convince you of anything. It's only ideas and thoughts, right? My ideas and thoughts, we'll put that back out there again like I've done before. I believe in a way that we are not the only sentient species that ever walked the earth. We probably are, but you know, that's the idea that maybe civilizations have come and gone through the, I don't know, 4.5 billion, well, I'd say 3.5 billion years that have gone by, is more probable than not. But time, like I've said before, is a bit of a killer. But, you know, I'm not going to sit there and tell you, oh, this is dead true, this is. There's been a multitude of civilizations before we walked the planet. No, I'm not. It's only my idea, it's only a thought. As far as we know, you know, humanoids have only ever existed a few 100,000 years. So that's it. But, hey, when you just open your mind up to the concept that this planet's been whizzing around so long as it has there, then, you know, just use your thoughts and your imagination. That's what I do. And I go off into a wonderful world. I don't go into a fucking flat world, mind you. No, that's not even close to being fucking anywhere in my head. That's fucking, you know, bunk science, that is, as far as I'm concerned. But again, like I say, that's my own opinion. If you want to believe it, go right ahead. You're most welcome to it. He's playing with the puddles. I love it that I do, playing the puddles. Lorries and puddles are awesome. Unless it's really deep. If it's really deep, then that can cause problems. Especially if it's really deep and you hit it at speed, then you're just stuffed. I think that foreigner there putting that triangle down on the floor like that, where there ain't no apparent problem with his truck. I mean, hey, I can only see the right hand side of it. It didn't look like he got any flat tyres that side. His truck didn't look like it was leaning. I may be wrong. Might have to check back at the footage if it's visual. If it's visual enough. No, that don't sound right. That ain't a word, is it? If it's clear enough, that'll do. Yeah. But it's like, put that triangle there, pretend that I've got a problem, then no other driver will park on that lay-by. which means he'll have a quiet night's sleep. What a crafty bastard. It's smart thinking. I mean, I can't fault the bloke. I mean, you know what I mean? It is a smart manoeuvre, if you like. Smart move, yes. It's crafty. Do you see where my mind went straight away with that concept? Right? That's what I mean. I go around the whole lot before I even think of, just to take it as blatantly, oh, he's got a problem with his truck there because he's got the triangle out, blah blah blah. But you know, then I'll go around it and I'll find other ways to explain why that thing's there. You know, see, told you. My brain is just fucking ridiculous sometimes. And where would that kind of concept pop out from? I mean, I don't know why I come up with that idea, that he's just put it there so he can have a nice, good night's sleep, you know what I mean, without having anybody else pull up the side and interfere with his truck. You know, I mean, I don't know. Is that just the way I think? Maybe. Oh, I'm not sure. It is odd though. It's not been a very nice day at all, has it? It's been absolutely shockingly shit. Shockingly shit. Absolutely shockingly shit. Can't see a fat lot out this window, can we? No. We're all misted up a bit. We are all misted up, but there's not a lot we can do about it. Nice and steady. Yes indeed. It's alright, dude, you just carry on, sunshine, don't mind me. I'm only a truck. I wonder what I can... Oh, I forgot to mention, this weekend, right, I actually got the bike out, would you believe? I didn't do any videoing though, sadly. The weather wasn't good enough for that shit, but it was good enough to get the bike out because the clouds were... Well, clouds. There weren't really any clouds about. It was nice blue sky, sun was out, the roads were damp and it was bloody cold. But, surprisingly enough, even though I only went for a little toot, I didn't go far, I went up to Sainsbury's, got myself Call of Duty, went off to the bike shop and got myself one of those neck things you can put over your head and it covers your neck up and whatever to keep the cold out. I got one of them and I went for a long ride round back home like sort of thing, but I was only out for about an hour and it was, I mean, once I was on it was fine. I mean, even my hands didn't get that cold, to be fair. But I didn't build up any kind of speed, so that's probably the reason why that was, mind you. But I didn't want to go back home with it. It was nice. I was enjoying myself, even though it was damp and wet on the roads. It wasn't actually raining like it was nice. So I could have spent longer out there, to be honest with you. But I wanted to get back and mess about with the my videos and whatever that I got left to do. So I think I'm up to date now with what I've got. I haven't got any more left, I don't think. So I think you've seen them all. But yeah, I enjoyed that. It was a nice little ride, and my gear that I've got, my bike gear, it certainly does keep you warm. That's for sure. There was no frosted nipples or anything like that. It was well cool. Well cool. Well cool. Well, that's a bit of a stupid statement to make, it? No, it was well warm, should I say. Well warm. Oh, look at this here, eh? Well, we've made it, boys and girls, ladles and jelly spoons. We are here, back in the yard. I'm going to park this up, fuel it up and go. Whew. Right then, I'm going to go. It is a bit on the dark side, and I will speak to you a lot, yeah, tomorrow, hopefully, if I get round to fucking doing something. Have a good day, tiddle people and all that. Bye. Shitty fucking wank weather in this good grief.